congratulations on the film.
Thank you.
And Rodger Dodger, do you think that Rodger's representative of urban male, New York male, or every male?
I think in an odd way there's a little bit of Rodger in everybody. I mean, there's that moment where you feel like you know everything and you're ready to dispense advice to everyone else when in fact you're the person who needs the most help. So I think that all of us have that moment where we don't really want to look inside to see what's going on with us, and it's just so much easier to tell somebody else,
to judge somebody else.
Yeah, what they should be doing. So I think everybody has a little bit of
How
Rodger.
does Sophie play into the mix here? Talk about Sophie.
Well, I think Sophie has been playing, the games between men and women, I think since she was probably quite young, and she's come to the big city, and I think by the time we meet her in the film, she's really quite world-weary, and she doesn't have a romantic relationship, and she has her best friend, really, is her primary relationship in her life, which is Andrea, who's played by Elizabeth Berkley.
You guys are friends?
Yes,
we're
friends, so that was really a kind of a no-brainer, very helpful situation. And they go out to a club, and they meet Rodger, played by Campbell Scott, and they meet Nick, who was his 16-year-old nephew from Ohio. And I think that when Sophie meets Nick, and she encounters this just delicious innocence that's coupled with this wisdom, that all of a sudden she begins to see how she might have been at one time, and she begins to see, or she begins to experience her life with, much more, not joy, but there's a certain vibrancy that comes around innocence. When you're around a young child or even a puppy or something, you start to see things differently, and it's such a wonderful experience, or such a wonderful situation. My God, stop, that makes me so crazy. It's such a wonderful thing to experience that she doesn't want to ruin it for him. When she has an opportunity to take his innocence from him, and she realizes that it's so precious that she can't take that from him, that he, should keep that for as long as he can.
And probably before she moved to the big city. That was her.
Right, in a way, maybe. I don't think she was as wise as he is, but yeah.
No, the kissing scene had to be a tad bit awkward, didn't it? Or was it?
For me, it didn't feel awkward. It felt like it was just another scene.
Right.
I mean, I didn't worry about Jesse because Jesse's a professional. He's not really 16.
Right.
And he knows that it's acting, and so I didn't really worry about it. The one thing I wanted to make sure was that it was like a gift to him, that it wasn't me necessarily or Sophie stealing something from him, that it was presented like a gift to him, and so that it wasn't really taking advantage of him.
Traditional gender roles now, kind of question some of them in the film. Well, just give a little bit of your commentary on the way that roles have changed with men and women, and where do you think it is heading? Because Rodger is struggling with that in the film, and that's part of the reason why he has such a chip on his shoulder, is struggling with the evolution of woman. Talk about the evolution.
Well, I think because he's mistakenly categorizing everyone, and he's sort of missed the point that it's about the energy that passes between two people. That's what's exciting. And that the act of sex, in the way that he thinks of it, will only make him feel more lonely, because he's not looking at what we all share, which is this energy that can be passed back and forth. You know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're feeling it right now. No, think about a great line in the movie is, man will become extinct at the hands of feminism. Do you think that that's true? Do you think that man, given the thousands of years of the way things were supposed to be, do you think that man will ever be able to accept strong women in the way that they should?
Well, first of all, there's so many brands of feminism, so to say feminism is a very, very broad categorization. But I think the idea of men being annihilated by strong women has already been proven to be absurd.
It is. What,
You
your
know,
first
it's an
kiss?
absurd idea.
It is an absurd idea.
Yeah, we all know that's not going to happen.
Your first kiss.
My first kiss.
Relive
Yes.
it. Who was it? Where was it?
I am not going to relive my first kiss for you.
Come on.
No.
Make up something.